Good afternoon and welcome to Tortise Tech. If you're new here, my name is Respawn from KFC or Wookie Triple XL, and in today's review I'm going to be doing like a time-lapse build kind of video of this thing and showing out all the parts and stuff to camera as best I can. I'm a little bit limited for space. I don't have that much throw from my camera, so if I stand up you'll notice, yes, I'm now just a talking body. But this chair has been made by OFM. It's right down here in the bottommost little corner by OFM, but it's a product of Respawn Entertainment. It is official licensed gear. So without further ado, without further gilding of the lily, let's open up a box and start building a chair. In lieu of sharp blade, I'm going to just brute force and ignorance. This thing's pretty weighty. I think the net weight is about 18 kilograms, so it's not the lightest thing ever. But starting off with the armchair pieces, these are actually pretty legit. I'm already kind of impressed with the build quality of the thing. If I just show you there, you can see the stitching and stuff on it. It's quite nice, quite nicely padded. And then these appear to be adjustable. Yes, they are. Okay, so they go up and down kind of like they would like on an airplane, which is pretty sick. So you can have them up and out of the way if they're next to you, or then down. That's pretty cool. We've got two arms, which is really good, because I think the majority of people have two arms. And then the base, because this is like a lounge suite kind of vibe of a chair that they're going for here. Could almost use this as a lighting reflective dish. So if you are doing some streaming, then you get some free lighting with your chair. It's so well packaged. Why is there so much tape? Okay, so here's the base plate. It's not small. I mean, guys, take into account I'm 185 centimeter, just under 6'1" inch. This is quite large. If I hold it out for you there, that's a lot of base. Let's see about the treble. Everything's like pretty sturdy, I have to say. Super overkill packaging, which is nice. Which only gonna have to go through this one time, and you kind of want it to arrive in one piece, right? In one time. But there is the back piece of the chair. Nice Respawn or Fortnite, actually. Sorry, embossed across the top here. Really good threading, I must say. I really like that ace of spades, as it were, in the middle there as well. All the stitching is really good quality. Let's show that out to camera there in the light for you guys. Get it to focus. You can see quality is pretty damn good. Rouged leather is quite an older kind of style thing. I didn't think it would translate into you younger audiences, but there you have it, all nicely edged and trimmed. So that's a back piece, but now we need something to sit on. And we got some instructions which are gonna help. I might do a few moments later just to, have a read. It never hurts when you're trying not to break something that doesn't belong to you. Okay, so it's a pretty standard gas cylinder setup. It's nothing too massively out of the norm. Definitely looks like we're going to attach the base piece to this and then the gas cylinder to that, and then build off of that as our base platform. Before I do that though, definitely good thing to show it out to camera before we do the build. You can see similar quality to the back plate, very much the same standard felt, and it's got normal stapling for that. This should be really easy to replace if you do need to, but I don't think you will. Generally, the underside takes a number of years to decay, if it does at all. And yeah, it's quite nicely padded. I'm actually looking forward to the end of the hard work of putting this thing together to have a nice sit on it. As per normal with gas cylinder chairs, you have this piece, right? And this is like your central mounting point that then everything connects into. There's this guy over here, and obviously 4 corners will be screwed in appropriately over there, just making sure that you don't have the wrong side. And then it does have a tilt tensioner, so when you're rocking back and forth, then if you tension this guy back and forth, then it'll get easier or harder to go back and forth. Yes, squid pro. Okay, so this goes to the front, which is actually kind of standard, and then I'm going to need this pack over here, which is going to have all of our screws in it. Come on, break, what are you waiting for? Oh, they give nice little rubberized caps for everything. Seems that they are different lengths. They all have the same thread, which is really nice to have, because if you do put the screw in the wrong hole, then you're not going to cross thread and just absolutely ruin it. So it is nice to have them all kind of the same. They are slightly different lengths. It seems that for the most part they're the same, and they do give you some extras. Dude, that is actually a nice touch. Okay, you see here, right? You have your screw sets, your normal set, and then, like I said, these two shorter ones, and then these almost look at the same. They just slightly different to these guys over here, but then they do give you one of each spare, and then a little cover spare as well. So if they do ever get lost or broken or something like that, then you've got some replacement parts. That's a really nice little touch. I like that they include the Allen key as well, because effectively then you don't need any tools. Everything you need is in the box. Okay, so we've got the bum part attached, well, the face part attached to the bum part, and now we will need this little guy over here, the gas cylinder. Quite nicely done as well. Very very nicely polished for something that you're basically gonna put in there once and then never see again. Welds are good as well in the bottom there. I don't think anything's gonna go awry with this in general. Seems to be pretty good. So it should just literally be a case of sticking this in here, just like that. Job's done. Okay, not quite, but we've got the makings of a chair. See, it's a place you can sit, although maybe not so comfortably. I think next we do the arm pieces, and then the back piece fixes to that, and then we have a chair. So I'm gonna get cracking on it. Now, it almost looks like a chair. That's pretty nice, actually, I've got to say. I like this. I also like that they actually haven't included cushions, because the shape of this chair should be good for your back anyway, because it's got like this lumbar crease over here, and then nice big cushion up top here for your head. Another nice thing is they've actually finished this all in polyurethane kind of leather, that polyethylene or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's polyurethane, but this stuff cleans absolutely easily. Bit of handy on a cloth, and thing is good as new. I would highly suggest you get someone to help you with this. Yes, I've defeated you, you son of a sea and cockroach. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of a trick. So what you do is you just lie the sucker back, get the bolt threaded on the top side, then rotate it up into position, and then it's easy to get the bottom one. But man, I could have used another pair of hands on this. I'd just like to point out that it's like 30 degrees in this place today. I'm cooking. I think I'm hotter right now than Ace Magashula's PPE fraud. There it goes. Okay, so while I'm sitting on the floor putting in this last bolt, I do have to say, you could work on your clearances a little bit, OFM, please. It's about my only criticism so far. The clearances of this back piece are not very good. You will need an extra pair of hands if you do not want to struggle. And ladies and gentlemen, after a good 30 minutes of struggle, we have a Fortnite chair. There it is. So what is it like to sit in? I'm hoping it's going to be really good. It looks like it's going to be really good. Oh, it looks, okay. Okay, I'm going to expire here for a moment, and then I'll be back with the rest of the review. Okay, so I'm back after collecting my thoughts a moment. Sorry, that was a little bit tiring. It is actually quite comfortable, especially the butt rest. I got a particularly bony bum. I don't have the meatiest of legs. I'm kind of a skinny Vienna kind of dude. So yeah, that's always important for me, is how good the bum positioning is. The built-in lumbar support is great, and the rocking function. Okay. I'm becoming more and more convinced as I sit in this chair. The overall build quality is good. It's not the best I've ever seen ever. It's enough that you won't be feeling too butthurt about it, and the fact that it's branded and in the high stakes colors, etc. from the game, it's a nice to have, for sure. One thing that is a little bit odd is, while you're at it, why didn't you guys just put in a gas cylinder so that it could be height adjustable? Because this is really a one-trick pony now. It's kind of like a lounger only. It is nice to have the rocking function, and I think the height is good for kind of one size fits all. But as you can see, if I turn sideways, how high my legs are going up off of there. It's kind of good with that, I suppose, as well, because then you don't hurt your circulation. This is, I mean, it's very fluid as far as the sort of rotating function, and oh, the rocker is, yeah, this is comfortable. Okay, let me tell you something. When you rock back in this thing, the lumbar support is perfect, at least for my height. I'm mostly legs, but if you're under, I'd say 6'4", you're probably going to have really good time on this chair. It is nice and broad as well. You can get in even if you've got slightly wider shoulders or something like that. I'm not exactly a beanpole up and down, so it's, the clearances of the actual chair when you're sitting in it are very good. Only two criticisms I have majorly for this chair are the fact that there's no gas cylinder when there's kind of a gas cylinder set up there anyway. You can see it's got pretty much the same kind of base piece setup, and it's kind of weird that that's been skipped out on somewhat. The comfort, like I said, is absolutely fantastic. And then the other thing I have is, if you are going to build this, do get someone to help you. And I would actually stray from their instruction manual. It would be better to build this whole upper section and then put it onto the base stand. It would just be a lot easier to work with, to be honest. You're still going to want to put the side pieces on the bottom here first, so that you get some of that structural rigidity when you do bolt it into the side of the top piece here. And I would do both of those top pieces on either side, so that it's like holding it there for you. Don't like over tighten them, so you can still rotate it in there, push the bottom piece in, get the bolts in, and then that'll go a lot more fluid. This did take me about 25 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, closer to 30 minutes to build it on my ace. But everything in the package was really cool, and I like that they provided so many extras. I haven't actually even put in the caps and stuff. I'll get a nice close-up of that for you, so you guys can see the extras and the caps as well. It's a really nice touch. I really like that when you buy a package and they account for life, you know, because these things happen to people, man. Anyway, that is the end of this review. My very tired building a chair review. Do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Come on, break, what are you waiting for?